because you think you have time.
Clock just keeps ticking down, and the lower that number gets, you realize how fucking amazing now is. The present is a miracle, bro.
Because most of the energy people lose is because they're future traveling in their brain, and I'm really nowhere but here.
You stare at your past and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on, you know what I mean, and getting lost back there.
You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter.
You need to let go of the past so you could have a future.
Like, I'm 54 years old right now. Like that. I mean, it just fucking flew by.
Right, it doesn't feel short at the time, but I bet when you get to your 80s and you look back, you think, holy fuck, that went by in no time at all.
How did you get happy before the money?
I started getting older, you know? I just realized, like, life is short, I'm gonna die.
In 100 years, in 2125, we will all be buried with our relatives and friends. Strangers will live in our homes which we fought so hard to build, and they will own everything we have today, including that car you spent a fortune on. Our descendants will hardly know who we were. How many of us know our grandfather's father? After our death, we will be remembered for a few years. And a few years later, our history, our photos, our deeds go into the dustbin of oblivion. We won't even be memories. Maybe if one day we stopped to analyze these questions, we would understand how ignorant and weak the dream of obtaining everything was. Always having more and more, without having time for the things that are really worthwhile in this life. I'd change all that to live and enjoy those walks I've never taken, those ungiven hugs and kisses to our children and our loves. That is what life is all about.
There's a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
You can't live at all unless you can live fully now.
Coach, I'm sorry.
You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why?
No.
It's got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam. Yeah?
What am I supposed to do now?
It's all right to sit around, be depressed for a minute, cry about it, do whatever you have to, but don't stay there too long. Get up and go on with your life.
The past, eh? The past doesn't matter. The future, who knows? It's the present that counts. The present. Do you know why it's called the present? Because it's a gift. Enjoy the gift, because tomorrow it'll be the past and it won't matter.
Sam, what do you think we should all do once we get done being sad and or angry about this situation?
I think we should all be a goldfish.
I agree.
Are you familiar with the phrase YOLO?
No.
You only live once.
Oh, you only live once. Okay.
I've been grateful for the good things that have happened to me, but I don't think I was grateful enough before just for mundane normality, you know?
Yeah.
You think you don't have everything you could have, and perhaps that's true, but if you can sit down and breathe, there's lots of people who don't have that.
Yeah.
Gratitude. Gratitude erases negativity.
Someone graduated at 25, but waited 6 years to get a good job. Someone got married at 20, but got divorced 5 years later. Someone never went to college, but became a millionaire by 20. Someone had a stable job at 21, but felt unfulfilled at 30. Someone worked in silence for 10 years, then became an overnight success. Life doesn't follow a fixed timeline. You're not late, you're not early, you're exactly on time, right where you're supposed to be. So focus on the present, make today better, the future will take care of itself.
400 trillion to 1. The math around having a life is 400 trillion to 1. That's how rare it is to be a human being. When you understand that math, how can't you live your life? And what are you waiting for? Like, you've been given this ridiculous triple miracle.
Worrying about your life or your problems is a very common belief that is necessary to hold things together, but it's not. You have to recognize the futility of worrying and realize your life is already together. You're breathing, you're eating when you need food, you sleep when you sleep, you go to work, you do what you do, you look around, contemplate, look at the sky. And so be happy with where you are and accept where you are, and then while you do what you do.
I'm wearing dark glasses today because I'm seeing the future and it's looking very bright.
I woke up and I suddenly got it. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing, and how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience.
You just focused on the bad stuff when all you had to do was let go of the past and keep moving forward.
Basically what I'm saying is, whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day, so don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's life could just hit you like that, so try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say.
Live in the now, because if you live in the future, you're anxious. If you live in the past, you're depressed. If you live in the now, you're happy.
I find a light in every dark tunnel. I will find a goddamn light, man. I hear it all. Listen, when I tell you the weight on my back is so heavy of all the stuff that I deal with, and I'm fine. The reason why I'm fine is because I'm genuinely happy. I'm happy. I didn't have the family shit when I was coming up. Yeah, I got one. I got one. Look what I done did. Look what I built. These people depend on me. I provide for these people. That makes me happy. That makes me happy when my daughter comes up. Dad, you're not only my dad, you're my best friend. Yo, I'm happy. That's my world.
Life is lived by one present moment after another. We cannot live in the past. We cannot live in the future. We all know this. But when it comes to it, in the exact moment, we're always weighed down by the past or the future. We have to realize the only time we live is now.
We all need something to distract us from complexity, the reality. No one wants to think about where that came from. No one wants to think about the struggle that it takes to become somebody, to get out of the sea of pain that we all have to get out of.
There's a saying, there's a quote that I really believe in, that when the pain of the current reality becomes greater than the fear of change, that's when we change. So like when the pain becomes so intense that it's greater than the fear that you have of the unknown, then you'll go into the unknown. You can stand there at the door looking at this abyss, but when it becomes so painful that you walk into that, that's when the change happens.
My goodness, to school. You went to kindergarten. And in kindergarten, the idea was to push along so that you could get into first grade, and then push along so that you could get into second grade, third grade, and so on, going up and up. And then you went to high school, and this was a great transition in life. And now the pressure is being put on. You must get ahead. You must go up the grades and finally be good enough to get to college. And then when you get to college, you're still going step by step up to the great moment in which you're ready to go out into the world. And then when you get out into this famous world comes the struggle for success in profession or business. And again, there seems to be a ladder before you, something for which you're reaching all the time. And then, suddenly, when you're about 40 or 45 years old in the middle of life, you wake up one day, I've arrived. And by Jove, I feel pretty much the same as I've always felt. In fact, I'm not so sure that I don't feel a little bit cheated.
What's wrong, Teach?
It's just, I've been waiting on this day for my entire life. I thought I'd feel different.
I heard this story about a fish. He swims up to this older fish and says, I'm trying to find this thing they call the ocean. The ocean, says the older fish, that's what you're in right now. This, says the young fish, this is water. What I want is the ocean.
Are you happy?
It's a difficult question. I'm not searching for happiness. I'm searching for peace. Because happiness for me, taken by this word, if there's happiness, there is sadness. If something can rise, if you can attain something, there's something to lose. That's why I stopped a moment. I don't know what type of happiness you mean. Being satisfied with where I'm standing, yes, Does it mean that I don't have hard moments? I have hard moments. And that's what is it I ultimately look for. I would call it, it's just peace.
Chill out. Just chill out. Embrace the process. You say, Dwayne, what process? Life. Life. So this is just an encouragement.
You have a choice every single morning when you wake up. Anything that happens only happens now, period. If you don't pay attention to it, it's gone and will never happen again.
Live one day at a time. Just don't worry about what might happen tomorrow. Don't worry about what may happen a year from now or 6 months from now. Just do the very best you can right now. There's a beautiful line from Teddy Roosevelt. He said, do what you can where you are with what you have.
Gratitude. Gratitude erases negativity. I'm gonna show you how this works. If you wake up in the morning, you start having negative thoughts. Man, this ain't my day. I'm tripping, I just don't feel myself. Stop, just stop for a second. And start going over in your mind everything you have to be grateful for. Not everything you want, everything you already have. The fact that you can walk, that's a blessing. The fact that you woke up, that's another blessing. The fact that you can see, think, dream is a blessing. The fact that you have any measure of health, that's another blessing.
If you can lift up things that have happened in your life and you can put that on a list, and you somehow made it past all of this to be in a position where you can still go make some stuff happen, in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography, of every... Wow. Is how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then ride.
Give me 30 seconds and I will delete your overthinking. You have no past and no future. All that exists is this moment right here, right now. Am I wrong? The past is just a bunch of memories into the future. So the next time that you're overthinking it in your head, take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the floor, feel where your butt is touching, notice what your body feels like in this moment, and you'll naturally find yourself back right here, right now, and the overthinking will begin to subside.
We think too much and feel too little. We need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
Life is going really fast. I'm already 31. I feels like I remember I was like 6-7 years. I think it was like yesterday, I have to believe God and before I met him, so you have to be ready with that. If you're not ready to die, when it comes, you're scared, man.
What is the best advice you've ever had or received?
Live the life in the present moment, learn from the past, live in the present, and work for the future.
Stop thinking. Thinking.
It as thoughts are like a river with bottles going down it, and in each bottle there's a message, and that's a thought, and they just keep coming down. How many thoughts do you have non-stop in the middle of the night, just boom, 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 boom? But we are in control. If a bad thought comes in, like, hey, if you try this, maybe you lose everything. If a bad thought comes in, like, hey, if you try this, maybe you lose everything, and it won't work, and you're not smart enough, and it won't work, and you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you failed in the past. You know what you do? You're not good enough, you failed in the past. You know what you do? You take that thought, put it back in the bottle. Take that thought, put it back in the bottle, and stick it in the stream and let it go. Think about that analogy, and stick it in the stream and let it go. Think about that analogy. You have the choice to pluck. You have the choice to pluck the ones that don't work for you. Don't empower you, and don't tell you the ones that don't work for you. Don't empower you, and don't tell you that you are amazing, that you are great, that you are amazing, that you are great, that you can accomplish anything you want. If they're not empowering that you can accomplish anything you want, if they're not empowering thoughts, stick them back in the bottle. Thoughts, stick them back in the bottle and send them down the stream so they go over the waterfall and crash. And send them down the stream so they go over the waterfall and crash.
Bad things don't come in threes. Things don't come in threes. Bad things happen. People don't know how to cope. Bad things happen. People don't know how to cope. And they allow one bad thing to snowball into more. Bad stuff sucks. The only thing to snowball into more. Bad stuff sucks. The only thing worse is letting one bad thing ruin many good things.
Never blame people.
Ruin many good things.
Never blame people in life. The good people in life. The good people give you happiness. The bad people give you happiness. The bad people give you experiences. The worst people give you a lesson. And the best people give you memories.
Sorry to break it to you, but it's impossible for someone who destroys your mental health to be the love of your life. Obsessing over someone isn't love, it's fear disguised as affection. Unhealthy love often feels exciting, dramatic, and profound, but hurts us in the long run. Healthy love often feels dull, peaceful, and repetitive, but it heals us in the long run.
Some of you have probably had bankruptcy.